Hi, and welcome to the Business of Being a Virtual Assistant. I'm your host, Tiffany Parson, and you're watching and listening to episode number 206. Welcome back. Last week, we talked about your numbers. Hopefully, if you are a returning listener, you got a chance to get those questions down and answer them for your business. If you have not had an opportunity to listen to episode number 205, I highly recommend you stop this episode, go back and listen to that one, write down the questions or answer them as I put those questions out there in that episode, and then come on back, because this week we're doing a follow-up. Now that you have the numbers, what to do next. So that's what we're talking about. And if this is your very first time listening to the podcast, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm glad that you're here. I know that this means that you have a virtual assistant business, or you want a virtual assistant business, or you're trying to figure out, should you have a virtual assistant business? So welcome. Like I said before, this is a follow-up to episode number 205. Now that you have your numbers, everything is laid out. The numbers are the numbers. There's no gray area. It's not subjective. They are what they are, like them or not. So this is where we're going to review what these numbers tell about your business for the year. Your numbers will show what you've actually been doing in your business from 1 week to the next, 1 month to the next. Your numbers tell the story. For example, if your income is not where you want it to be, that means that you have not gotten out in front of enough potential clients to start generating the income that you want. So what does that mean you should do if that number is not where you want it to be, or you are happy with the number for 2021, but you want to see it go a little higher? This is where you start looking at, where did you get those clients from? Where did they come from? And you want to keep doing that. If they came from organic posts on social media, you want to keep doing that. Your data for social media will let you know where a lot of your clients are coming from based on your posts or responses that you're getting. And I'm almost positive, if you're listening to this, most likely you're not sure where all of your clients came from. So that is a biggie from 2022, is to figure out a way to ask everyone that comes through your virtual doors how they found out about you. This is so important so that you can continue to show up in the place that you know is really doing a good job of drawing in good potential clients for your virtual assistant business. All right, so let's say you were just getting started in 2021. Maybe this was your research year. Not that it takes a year to do research, but maybe you took a year to get it all together and to figure it out. So now I want you to start with your social media platform that you like the most, the one that you automatically gravitate to. If that's Instagram first, go to Instagram and post the same thing you post on Instagram to Facebook. If it's Facebook, then vice versa. If it's LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever, show up there every day and then send out the same message to all the other platforms. I don't want you to overwhelm yourself getting all caught up in what to say where. Yes, it will be great to have different content for different platforms, but for somebody just getting started, how realistic is that? And I want to make sure that you're being realistic with yourself, that you're not overwhelming yourself. I mean, the ultimate goal is to bring in income, to bring those clients in. And so if you can do that one post on Facebook, share it on LinkedIn and all the other places, then fine, go with that. Now, let's say you know that you didn't send out a lot of communications for email. And you know email is a good place to generate income for your business. Email is more intimate than social media. So if you can get people on your email list, and you have a greater chance of signing them up as your client. So how do you do that? This means you got to figure out a way to get them on your email list. You need some type of opt-in form. And I won't dive into all that techie stuff, but just start jotting down ideas. Look at how, for example, how did you get here? How did you get to this podcast? Or if you're on my email list, how did you get there? And if you're not on my email list, go ahead and text 33777. You want to text the words VA START to get on the email list. That's what you want to do. Text 33777. The words VA START stands for Virtual Assistant Start, and that gets you on the email list. So you want to start, thinking of ways to build your email list so that you can start helping people learn about what you do via email. You get that your email is a much warmer market than all the outside platforms like your blog and social media. Okay, let's dive in back to the numbers. So I think we talked about how many blog posts did you do? How many posts did you do? I mean, immediately when I asked those questions, you knew right away whether you did enough or you did the minimum or you could have done better. So your next thing is knowing, okay, set an actual number goal for yourself. Everywhere you wrote a number, set a number goal for yourself for 2022. An income goal, the number of clients goal, the number, how often you want to send out an email to your list, how often you want to blog, how often you want to do social media. Everybody's number is going to be different. You may not want to show up in all those places. Your number might be one blog a month. It might be no blogs yet. I'm going to focus on social media. It's your business. That's the beauty of it. You get to map it out and plan it exactly how you want. And then the numbers will start telling you if what you're doing is actually working. If you know, okay, I need to show up. I want to show up in person as well as have some things online. I want to go to networking events or make more people aware. So you got to figure out how many people do I need to get in front of a month to make them aware of my business to start bringing in new clients. Set a goal for yourself. How many networking events a month? How many speaking engagements a month? And a speaking engagement can be as simple as you're part of your church and they're doing a business expo and they give everybody 5 minutes to talk. Or you're a part of a meetup group and they give everybody 5 minutes to introduce themselves. That's a long time. But 2 or 3 minutes to introduce themselves. You get my point. How many of those do you want to show up to if that is part of your marketing plan for 2022? So you see, when you're actually establishing numbers for each one of those questions, you're helping to frame your marketing plan. See why it's really important to go back and listen to episode number 205. Now, if you're brand new or you're in transition, you're like, Tiffany, I was doing data entry for my business and I want to spice it up. I want to change it up. I want to do something new. And if you're not sure what, let me encourage you to go over and look into GT Bootcamp. This is for those that are interested in doing general transcriptions. And if you have no idea what that is, go on over, check it out. You're going to go to tiffanyparson.com/transcription. GT Bootcamp is sponsoring this episode. That is a bootcamp that will teach you how to do transcriptions, how to create your transcription business, do that as a service in your virtual assistant business. You're going to learn everything from A to Z. It's an online course. You get worksheets. You're going to get cheat sheets, templates, practice audio files, interactive answer key, a foot pedal, software, headphones, books, and so much more. There's even a private Facebook group and a bunch of other things. Ginger is phenomenal. The way this works, it's going to be based on your particular schedule. Overall, it's going to take an average of 2 to 4 months, depending on how much time you have to commit to the program. And she gathers this, it'll be like maybe an hour to 3 hours a day. Again, everybody's commitment level will look a little different. Some may finish faster than others. The beauty of this is that you can go through the program at your own pace. So let me give you the website again. You're going to go to tiffanyparson.com/transcription. That's going to take you over to the GT Bootcamp to get more information. Again, thank you so much, GT Bootcamp, for sponsoring this particular episode. So now no one has any excuses and thinking, oh, I don't know what to provide. I just gave you a good answer and to learn a skill to get your business moving. If it's been at a standstill, you have no idea, what your next move is, that is something to look into. And if you're like, Tiffany, before I click the link, I'm really not sure what a transcription is. This is the best way to describe it. And I'm going to tell my age, which is fine. Y'all will know what age range I'm in once I tell you this. A transcription is, back in the day, we used to listen to songs on the radio, record them on our jam box with a cassette tape, and then later on you go back, listen to the song, and write down the words. We were transcribing those songs and had no idea. So that gives you an idea of what transcriptions are like. It's way more in depth than that. But anyway, you're going to learn more when you head over to the website and get that. All right. So you got your numbers. Your action item is now setting a future number for where you want, what your projection is. So I love spreadsheets, and I don't know how many of you love spreadsheets, but you could do this in Google Sheets, make it really easy and easy to do, easy to find when you're ready to go back and reference it. Create a Google spreadsheet with all of your answers, the questions and the answers from episode 205, and then create another column for your projection for 2022. I put in what all your projections are. This way you're seeing it in black and white. I like to be able to see where I am and where I'm going right in front of me in black and white. Of course, if you want to print it out, you can, but this way it's there. And I like using a Google Sheets because I can access it from any device, whether on my phone or iPad or my computer. I can easily access it. So do that. Make things a lot easier for yourself when you want to go back and check in the first quarter, the second quarter, and so on, just to see how close are we to our projections. And back in my corporate America days, this was called forecasting. So what you will be doing is forecasting for your business. How many clients, how much income, how many social media posts, blog posts, networking events, on and on. And you may find that there's some questions that I didn't ask that you need to ask in your review. So be sure to include that as well. Don't let your numbers scare you. Don't let them frustrate you. Don't let them cause you to feel overwhelmed, especially if you found yourself doing way more than you thought in 2020. And it might make you a little nervous for 2022, especially if you're doing this all by yourself. You don't have a team. Do not let it overwhelm you. You got this. You got this. And remember, it's your business. You get to create it however big or small you want it to be. Now, stay tuned for the next episode. This is all about getting us prepped for the new year. In the meantime, I look forward to your comments. Feel free to share this episode. If you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, you're going to find the links that I referenced in this episode below. If not, head on over to tiffanyparson.com and you'll see all the show notes, complete transcript with links and everything. I want to thank you so much for your time, for tuning in, whether you're watching or listening. If you're driving, thank you so much for taking me along on the drive, whether we're going to work or to the gym or wherever we're headed to. Thanks so much for taking me along. Thank you again for listening. You all have a wonderful and fantastic day.